All right, guys. Welcome back to my channel. This is Famous Forex Academy, and I'm back with this strategy. Today we are not going to, talk about an indicator strategy. It's just a price action strategy. Most of the time, you don't always have to just scalp the market and scalp the market. You have to also know how to make a swing trade too. You also have to learn how to hold a trade for a long time and make as much money as you can. So this is one of the trade I dropped for my VIP, and I decided to talk about this trade and show you guys how I made this trade work out this way. And I just had to make a video before we hit our TP. As you can see, we are hitting our TP very soon. So I'm just quickly gonna make a video of this and show you how I initiated this trade. Okay, first of all, this is VIX 25 1S, and we are taking a sell trade. Okay, and this is 30 minutes time frame. So quickly, let me just show you how this trade works. So before I give out this trade, we also have to make analysis, and and figure out in which way the market is actually going to go at a particular time, if it's going to sell or it's going to buy. So after my analysis, I understand that this market is going to sell, so I had to make this entry. As you can see, we are like it's melting, the trade is melting, and my VIPs are making a whole lot of money. So guys, so first of all, let me show you how you can do this. When you open your charts and you trying to analyze the market, what do you look out for first? Okay, the first thing you look out for is trying to understand the price. That's what I call price action. Okay, price action is trying to know which way the trend is actually headed at the particular time, if it's on a downtrend or if it's on an uptrend. Because this is very important when you're about taking a trade. You have to know which direction the market is actually heading to. Is it downtrend or uptrend? Now I've talked about how to identify if a market is actually on a downtrend or an uptrend. So you can check on my previous videos, you can see where I talk about all this, and I show you how you can read when the market is an uptrend. So when I opened this chart, I actually saw that this market is a downtrend market. Okay, and when a market is on downtrend, what do you look out for? You look for selling opportunities. Okay, but just for the fact that the market is on downtrend doesn't mean the moment you open your trade you have to start selling. Okay, no, most times it's actually on a downtrend, it's still going to sell, but it has to make a little retest. Okay, trying to go back and test a particular support zone, or trying to go back and test a particular resistance zone before selling again. So that's the best way to sell. Okay, so when I now open this chart and after analyzing the market, so that the market is on a downtrend, so what did I do? Okay, I had to wait for the market to get back to this resistance zone. Okay, so as I when I met the market was actually selling from this point. Okay, for some greedy traders, or traders who doesn't have patience, the moment they saw this market at this position, they might have started selling, and at that point the market didn't sell for a longer time. It just got here and it will test again to go and test the resistance zone. So as a professional trader and someone who have experienced the trade and understand how the market works, at this point like this, I don't have to rush in and start selling, because I know that the market might actually reverse back to this support resistance zone and actually start selling again. And if it comes to this level and start selling as we predict, I promise you we are going to sell and sell for a longer time. So that's why it's not always good to rush into a market when the market has already gone far already. Okay, like I came in, I saw the market at this position here. Okay, I know if I want to sell, it might still sell a little bit. Okay, but to be more on the safer side, okay, had to wait for it to have a retest and come back to my place of interest, which is this support resistance zone. So like I always say, Though I've talked about this on my other videos, how you can identify support and resistance zone. So this is how you can actually identify a support or a resistance zone. Don't forget that resistance turns to support if the price actually breaks the resistance zone. Okay, and if the price was actually on a buy trade, okay, and it breaks a particular resistance, you know that that resistance has now turned to a support. But if the price is actually selling and it breaks a support level, that support automatically turns to resistance. So at this point, the market is actually on a downtrend, it's selling. So what we have here will be our resistance zone, which we are expecting the market to come back to the resistance zone before we can actually enter the trade. So how do you identify this resistance zone? This is how you identify resistance zone. You look for a particular place where you have the market reversing like plenty times. Okay, you see that the market keeps, whenever the market gets to that direction, it it tests that particular zone and reverse. Okay, that's when you know that that place is a very strong zone that you can have like a support or resistance zone. So this is what you do. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, show you what I mean. Okay, this is my resistance zone. So why am I making this place resistance zone? You can see that whenever the price gets to this position, after testing this line, it comes down again and starts selling. So, and whenever it comes up again, it still tests this line and come down again and start selling. So if you still back test, you will see that that line there, it's a very strong zone. As you can see that the market has been testing this very resistance zone. You saw the market came up here and still went down. When it came up here again, it couldn't still break that resistance zone. It starts selling again. Comes up again, tests the resistance zone and starts selling again. So that tells you that this particular place is a strong zone. So it should be your resistance zone, which you are actually expecting the market to get to. And when the market gets to that place, it doesn't mean you have to rush and start selling. Okay, you have to give a little time and understand the candle movement. Okay, because most times the market can reverse. Okay, like the market can change. You can be selling at a particular time and it changes and start buying. So at that point, if you see the market coming up to this level and you say, okay, since this is a resistance zone, let me just start buying. No, you don't do that. You have to wait and see the direction of the price when it goes. Guys, we just hit our TP. Okay, we just hit our TP, but it doesn't matter. I'm still going to talk about the video. So now you don't just rush and start selling when you see this happening. Okay, so you have to wait a little bit. As you can see from these other instances here, you saw that this price actually broke this resistance zone and went up a little and got to another resistance zone here and got to another resistance zone. As you can see, you see candles reversing at this point. This is also a strong zone. So if this market actually breaks this point, we are still expecting it to have a reversal at this point. So if it still doesn't reverse from here and still break here, you still wait, okay, for a reversal, because this is a downtrend. So when a market is on a downtrend, it's either you allow the trade to go, that just forget about the trade if it doesn't comes to your place of interest. Because before you trade, you have to have a place of interest. That's how you get to know when to open your positions and start selling, because you're actually expecting the market to get to that point, then gives you what you want, then you enter the trade and start selling. So if it happens that the market gets to this point and it doesn't reverse like it did here, broke this place, came up here to this another place of resistance and started reversing. So if it reverses like this, you have to wait for the candlestick and see a particular candle that the candle is actually going to produce, if it's going to be a bearish candle or it's going to be a bullish candle. So in that case, you have to know that, okay, if it's actually giving me a strong bearish candle, I can actually start selling at this point. Okay, so like I said, this was our resistance zone because this is a very strong zone. you see that the market keep reversing whenever it gets to that zone. Like I said, you can see so many times when the market gets to this zone, it reverses. When it gets to this zone, it reverses. So what did I do? After analyzing the market and saw that this is my resistance zone, what did I do? I had to wait for the market to come back to my place, because this is my place of interest now. I'm expecting the market to get to this point before I start selling. I can't just start selling at this point where I met the market. Okay, I can't start selling at this point. So what you do is you wait. That's why it's good to be patient when you're trading. So it's actually, like I said, for me, I rather let the trade go. If it comes down and it's not reversing and still start selling like that, I might either look for an entry down here where I have another resistance or support zone here. But if it's at this point that there's nothing to actually hold the market, okay, or to actually give the market a reversal or something, I will just let it go. So instead of me rushing into the market at this point, and sometimes if you rush into a market like this, you will find out that there's no place you can actually keep your support, your SL, your stop loss, because there is no stronghold. The market can do anything at this point because there is no stronghold here that will actually keep the market going down or going up. So if you try to open a trade here and start selling, you might lose a whole lot of money because your stop level will be very far, which will be here. So opening a trade from here, opening a stop loss from here is very far. As you can see that if the market doesn't go your way like it did here, as you see, if you started selling at here, the market actually didn't go your way. It started reversing here. So, and when it comes in, it will hit your stop loss before start selling again. So at that point, you'll be like, why didn't I just wait for it to reverse down here? So at that point, it might be too late and you're losing money already. So it's actually good for you to be patient and wait. Okay. So what happened? I had to wait for the market to give me a reversal and come to my place of interest. So as you can see, the market actually came back and cased the resistance zone before it started selling again. But after it started selling, I didn't just enter the trade immediately. Okay, I didn't just enter the trade immediately. I wait for the candle. Like you have to wait for a particular time. Maybe when the market got to this position here, it was actually maybe 12:15. Okay, if it's 12:15, so what you need to do is you have to go to a 30 minutes time frame to see sorry guys, sorry about that. So what you need to do is you have to go to a 30 minutes time frame, because that's the closest time to the time you're having at that particular time. So it was actually 12:15. All you just need to do is go to a 30 minutes time frame and wait for the 30 minutes candles to start forming, because that's the closest time you have at that moment. Okay. So what did I do? I came to my 30 minutes. I used 1 hour time frame to analyze my trade. I use 1 hour. I don't know, most people use 4 hours or daily or something, but I like using 1 hour because I'm familiar with the 1 hour candlesticks. It helps me a lot whenever I'm analyzing my market because it doesn't take me too far or too backward. Okay, so it just keep me at particular time frame that I need to trade to take the trade. So like I said, I waited for the market to come back to my place of interest, which was this place here. Okay, so the closest time to the time we had, which was the 30 minutes time frame. So I had to wait for the 30 minutes candlesticks to start coming out. So when the market got to this position, you can see it started coming out with a bearish candlesticks. Okay. So when it started coming out with this bearish candlestick, I didn't just start buying immediately. I had to wait for the first 30-minute candle to start forming again. Okay, this was the first candlestick I didn't take the trade from. This is where I took my entry. This was my entry here. I had to wait for this particular candle to close. Okay, so when the 30-minute candle closed, you saw that it was a bearish candlestick. Okay, it was a bearish candlestick, a strong one. As you can see, the market actually got to this level and it started selling. So at this point now I know, okay, it has got to my place of interest and it started selling as I thought. It's actually selling the way I assume it to sell. So, but I won't just rush in and start selling. I have to give it a little time to see if the market will still give me a bearish candlestick. So after this 30-minute candlestick closed, this is where I opened my position because it started selling again and it was giving me another bearish candlestick. This is where I opened my position and you can see I put my stop loss here. So this helps you a lot because this is a very strong zone, a very strong resistance zone that it's hard for the market. As you can see from the previous ones I've shown you, it's actually hard for the market to break that very zone. So it's like 80% sure that if you keep your stop loss there, if the market should get down to this place, it might actually reverse again without touching your stop loss. So another thing about stop loss is you don't have to keep your stop loss just on the edge of where you have this resistance line. You can keep it a little bit above the resistance line. Just move a little bit above it, because the market can actually come to this resistance line, touch it, kick you out of the market before it starts selling. So it's not advisable you keep your stop loss at the edge of this resistance line. Keep it above the resistance line, so that if the market should actually comes to this resistance line, it might kiss it and start reversing without touching your stop loss. Okay, so that's how to trade, guys. So when I opened my position from here, you saw my stop loss was very close, it wasn't far. Okay, so even if the market don't actually go my way, if it goes against me, I won't have enough to lose, because my stop loss is very close. But if I had entered the trade at this point here, okay, if I enter the trade at this point here, my stop loss will be very far from me, in which that if the market doesn't go my way like it did like this and started reversing back again to this resistance zone, you see that it will kiss the resistance zone, kick me out of the market. Even if it doesn't kick me out of the market, I will have to lose a whole lot. And most times my account might not be big enough to carry such loss, and the market will just close on me. So it's also advisable to be patient, wait for the right time, always know your place of interest. You don't just trade blindly. Know your place of interest, do your analysis, and take the market and start smiling back to the bank, because it's actually going to come your way. So that's what happened, guys. You can see we just hit our TP, and we've made a lot out of this trade, and my VIP members are actually smiling to the bank right now, because this was a massive one, guys. A massive one, as you can see, a massive trade here. So guys, if you've not liked my video before, please do well to like my video, subscribe to this channel, share the video with your friends, and don't forget to turn on notification to always get amazing videos whenever I post them online like this. And also on my description page, you will see a link to my Telegram group, a free Telegram group where I drop analysis and strategies like this for my free members, and also gives them analysis of trades every particular day, which they can actually take and make money for themselves. And also have a VIP group where we drop 4 to 5 signals daily. I mean profitable signals, and you can actually be making so much money for yourself. Join us today and start smiling to the bank. Guys, thanks for watching the video. This is Famous Forex Academy. I'm always here to share my idea with you guys, so you guys can also make money on Forex. Thanks for watching the video. See you some other time. Bye.